Okay, so I have a bit of a cold, so if I sound a bit groggy, I have a cold. Alright, so the first one is the turbofan. Mute your hand across the strings so we get no sound. Okay, let's just focus in on the right hand. We go down with our little finger. And you just open your hand, okay? Don't bring your hand all the way down. Just go down with your little finger, okay? Excuse me. I'm okay. Anyway, down with your little finger, okay? Then you go down with your thumb. So, little finger, then thumb. Okay? Remember, it's across all strings, okay? Then the last bit is just up with the index. Little finger, thumb, and then up with the index. So, little finger, thumb, index. Little finger, thumb, and then up with the index. Da, da, da. Okay? If you look, it's more of a circular movement. So it's gonna take a bit of getting used to. At first it might be kind of, really awkward, but the more you get used to it, your hand will naturally make this circular movement over time. Uses for this, at the end of a song perhaps, if you do it slow, you can make a cool rhythm. So let's say G7, C, and F, I don't know. C, G7, C, F, G7, C. Okay, playing upside down. Okay, so anyway, so there's actually a little bit of a trick to doing this. You put your thumb at the back of the ukulele, but then you put your little finger behind the nut here, and this holds the ukulele neck. Okay? With these three fingers, you make your chords. So for example, F, the way I do it is my index finger on the 2nd fret and my ring finger on the 1st fret on the E string. And again, my little finger is behind the nut. And then G7, you keep your ring finger there on the 1st fret on the E string. Index finger on the 2nd fret, C string, middle finger on the 2nd fret, A string. And C is just your index finger on the 3rd fret. Doing bar chords is actually a bit easier. You don't need to keep your little finger behind the nut. So, let me try that again. And then, some chords are easier than others. And then, this is Ain't She Sweet, by the way. Famous song. And then, Ain't She Sweet. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, bar chords is very easy. You just use your index finger and you just press down. So that's another trick. Okay, let's break down this percussion technique. I got the idea to do this from watching James Hill, who's an amazing ukulele player, so you should check him out. I don't know exactly how he does the technique, but here's how I do it. So, using the thumb, the bone on the side of your thumb, you hit the body of the ukulele about here, on the large part of the body, okay? Above the strings, about here, okay? While you do that, you need to strum down with your index finger. So you're getting two sounds, the strings and your thumb hitting the body. So what you do is, you have your index finger curled up and ready to go, and while you hit your thumb, you strum down, okay? So that's thumb and index, okay? After you do that, you strum up with your index, no thumb, so thumb and index, and then index up. Then you do the same thing again, but at this end of the ukulele. So we do it here, we strum up, then we do it here. Oops. So the reason for that is, usually on a ukulele, here has a much more brighter sound than here. So you're kind of getting a kick drum and a snare sound, sort of, okay? Thumb and index, strum up, and then you hit your thumb here, above the strings, this part of the ukulele, and you strum down with your index at the same time. So remember, keep your index curled and ready to go. Okay, so after that, we do one more up strum with our index. So all together, thumb and index, strum up, thumb and index, strum up. So once you can play a few chords, you can try something a little bit more complex, okay? So this, very quickly, I'll go really quick through this. You can rewind the video and watch it back and back and back. Okay, so bar the top two strings on the 6th fret, okay? That's the first move. Then ring finger on the 8th fret on the E string, and using your middle finger, mute the rest of the strings. Okay, so we strum up for this. This is the second movement. The first one is this, and then for the strum up, it's the 8th fret. And remember, we're muting the strings. If we don't mute the strings, it sounds like that. So, third movement is the 6th fret, using our middle finger to mute the strings. Okay, so we have 8, 6, okay? Okay, next movement is the strum up. We go back to the 8th fret. And remember to use your middle finger to mute strings we're not using. So you just lightly rest your middle finger on the strings. So all together, 8, 6, 8. Next bit is a little bit more tricky. We play the 6th fret on the A string this time. And again, remember, use your middle finger, rest your middle finger on the strings to mute them. So this is, okay, then we play the 6th fret for the strum up. Then we just hit our thumb here, we don't do anything, so it's, okay. So that's 6th fret on the A string, 6th fret on the E string, and then one tap with our thumb. We don't strum down here. So all together, next bit, okay, this bit It's a strum up with our right hand, and we play the 6th fret on the E string. But this time we have to quickly hit our ring finger on the 8th fret on the E string. So it's known as a hammer-on. Okay? Okay. Next little bit, we're onto the C string. Okay. So again, we have to mute the other strings we're not using with our middle finger. So for this one, the middle finger is muting the G string, but all the flesh of my index finger is muting the other strings. Okay, so that's the 5th fret on the C string. Next one, 7th fret on the C string. Okay, and then we move on to the next string, 6th fret. And then for the last upstroke, we play the 8th fret. So this bit, okay. So again, I keep saying this, but this middle finger is very important. It's muting the strings we're not needing. Very last bit. Okay. So for this one, 6th fret, A string. And then for the next movement, we put our index finger on the 6th fret on the E string. And then we just hit our thumb on the body. So we have 6, 6, thumb. Okay, so the very last movement is our hammer-on again. So we have, so that's an upstroke with our right hand, 6th fret on the E string, and again with our ring finger we hammer on the 8th fret on the E string. Okay, so that's 6th fret, 6th fret on the E string, hit the body, and then 6, hammer on to 8. So again, all the while our right hand is going, that you already know. Altogether we have okay, how to flip your uke. There's the back flip and the front flip. The back flip, you have to reach around the back of the ukulele here, and you have to pull really hard. It actually requires a bit more strength than you think. Okay, you have to make sure it goes all the way around. So again, reach under here. Alright, and then front flip is a bit different. You have to hold the ukulele here and twist your wrist. Okay? Twist really hard. So we have it seems to work best with a soprano because it's really small. Also, if you wear a strap, you can't do this. Okay? So that's it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and please consider supporting me on Patreon as well. I have tabs there and tutorials, long tutorials for my songs, so I reckon it's a good deal. See you soon.